For some reason, Daniel, I got a bad habit of talking about fucking things that I can't find any information about. Anyway, Wollongong. It's a place. A place in Australia. A place where I live. And apparently Wollongong was pretty fucked in the 80s. Maybe. I don't know. I think it still is.
The well-known Illawarra naturalist, Aubrey Shifton, is organising a coach trip to watch the annual Lamington Drive, and will be giving a short lecture on this fascinating event when crowds gather to watch these small brown creatures with their white flecked coats hurl themselves off the edge of Sublime Point Lookout in their millions. We don't have us, but we do have good
Would you believe that the Illawarra region's most famous landmark isn't the Wollongong Lighthouse, nor is it the Kiama Blowhole. It isn't even the picturesque Port Kembla Steelworks. No, according to well-travelled musical entertainers, the Four Kinsmen, it's the infamous Taraji Hump.
The Taraji Hump! Taraji Hump! This is the Taraji Hump. It's really steep. Let's see if we can get over.
There were weird music, shows, movies, events, people, and most of all, unemployment. And there's a movie that focuses on that topic, I think. I don't know, it only goes for 45 minutes. Wait a minute. How long is a movie supposed to go for? Okay, so yeah, apparently the AFI and the BFI's definition call for a film that goes for longer than 40 minutes is classed as a feature. So I guess this is a feature film, basically. Yes. No. A feature film with no budget. So yeah, Greetings from Wollongong is a short film as defined by IMDb. Jesus, that's a long short film, 45 minutes. Which, as I've already mentioned, focuses on unemployment in Wollongong within the 1980s. And it was written and directed by Mary Callahan, who also did Tender Hooks from 1989, Rites of Passage from 2013, and a very short film from 1972 called An Experiment in Colour and Movement, or Bird Power, which is weird, unusual, and what the fuck? See what happens when I start to research stuff too much? I'd start to find shit I don't want to find. Pornhub. And a little fact about this. Mary Callaghan, or whatever her name is, actually made this thing for a HSC in 1972. It was recorded on 8mm film, so yeah, Super 8. It was made in Bombo Quarry near Kiama. Here it is on the map. Oh look, that's Jaw Seafood. You ever been there? That place looks mad. And apparently she got friends and members of the family to walk down to the beach and jump around like a bunch of fucking idiots. Basically what I make my actors do. And Bombo Quarry was a very significant place within New South Wales. It's a popular tourist destination, and within the early 1900s was a great mining resource for railroads and roads, and it had what the fuck am I doing? And for some reason, I found more information on this shitty thing than the actual movie we're reviewing. In 1982, the movie got its first theatrical release at the Vista Theatre in Winona, which isn't there anymore. God bless. After, the film was supposed to have its second viewing at the Wollongong Art Gallery, but it was vetoed by old mate and murder victim who was Lord Mayor at the time and had critical views on the film and thought it didn't portray the Steel City or Wollongong in a proper light. In 1998, Mr. Wonderful Wollongong was found dead in his West Wollongong home after having his head smashed by a bedside lamp, choked by the power cord, and tie pins fucking stuck into his eyes and cheek. What the fuck? You know, Wollongong does have a lot of fascinating history if you just take the time to look up on it. So, Greetings from Wollongong was met with critical success after its release. Shame no one knows about it anymore. It won many awards from the Melbourne and Sydney film festivals, though some viewers of the movie found the actors' performances to be unprofessional and ad-libbed. Kinda reminds me of something else. If you don't know what ad-lib means, the dictionary defines it as a speech or performance without previously preparing one's words or script. Charles had to ad-lib because he'd forgotten his script. A bit like this.
We'll just he'll hear us calling from different positions, different areas, and then he'll think that we're lost. We'll come chasing after one of us, then we'll meet back here, and we'll run off back home.
Good thinking, no, but doesn't he have a map?
Well, I'll get the map.
But as Mary stated, she remembered writing every word with room to move for the actors, as long as they're true to their meaning. Understandable, considering that they weren't actually real actors, just local Illawarra teenagers. You'll see what I mean a little later when we get to the movie.
If you told me at this point that you have never heard of this movie or have no idea what it is, I would not be surprised. I would actually believe you. I don't even know how I came up with it and found it myself.
In July of 2013, Greetings from Wollongong was screened at the University of Wollongong, with a Q&A with director Mary Callaghan, whatever, before her death in 2016. I just realised I'm using a UOW pen to write this script. I'm not kidding, have a look.
Here it is. University of Wollongong Biro. That I got from the uni. Because I didn't. Because I've never been there.
The soundtrack for this movie is actually cool. I believe instrumental music was recorded specifically for the movie, as well as songs by Meant Towards Anything, a great Aussie band, and the totally not bad indie group, the Sunday Painters.
Yeah, and they're fucking $500 singles. Fuck, did that hit you then? Give it back, I'm trying to hit you.
No.
Ah, fuck! I can't throw it too hard, it'll cut you.
I know, that almost cut me. Bitch.
What is that?
But before we get into it, I should mention that because this movie is so hard to find and really rare to come by, literally the only place I can find it on the internet is the UOW's library's YouTube channel. So I'd like to credit them for, hopefully grabbing some more attention for this movie. And the quality of not only my speech, but this movie is a bit bad. It was taken from the original 16mm film reel, so I don't really expect it to be great. I did try to raise the audio a bit, just excuse the low audio quality. Hopefully you would ignore it if you're as excited as I am. I mean, come on, you're about to see a piece of great media from Wollongong that's been hidden away for nearly 40 to 30 years. So let's take a look. So the movie starts up.
Oh, one more thing before we start. Davey and I took the liberty of trying something different for this review too. Since this movie was locally made, but no records of where it was made was actually recorded, I spent the last 2 days matching scenes from the movie with reference photos from the Mercury and Google Earth to find out exactly where this movie was filmed.
So let's begin for real this time. The movie starts with that cool film reel countdown. And the first thing we see is a pan of a really dark and foggy Illawarra. Illabonga.
So nothing's changed in 2018 so far.
And I can already tell you, without researching, this shot was done at the top of Mount Kira.
We're at the wrong lookout. This is Mel. This is poor Kemba. We're at Mount Kira. Let's go home.
And holy shit, it's the ghost train! Okay, now I suppose I have to explain. Me and the Nintari nerd gang spent a lot of time at Broker's Nose, just outside here. It's where we filmed our car scene for the movie, the hike episode of Tyfeld, a bit of the retro Mario games video, and the abandoned, yet-to-be-continued Blair Bitch project was filmed at the very top.
It's the skipper.
Oh, you dickhead! You said captain! You prick! You bastard!
No, what?
Now, nearly every time we go up there now, we hear the horn of what I think is an old locomotive. I'm not kidding. We even heard it walking up the Denion's house one time. It's we call it the ghost train because we don't know where it is, and it comes. We don't know where it comes from. And the only tracks up there have been abandoned for over 50 years.
And the only operating train system is down on the coast.
One time we heard it, it was so loud it sounded like it was coming from behind us, like in Ghostbusters 2 when they're in the tunnel. It's scary. And what you just heard in that movie was the ghost train.
Enough of that. Did you know that when a parrot closes its...
Daniel, come here. Come here. Come here. Would you say that that looks like Bulli Pass or Mount Ousley up on the way to Kira?
Mount Ousley.
Mount Ousley. Yeah. Fun fact, we're actually looking at the bed. There's no TV there.
You know that when a parrot closes its beak, it does so with the pressure of 354 pounds per square inch. Riveting.
Yeah, fascinating. And as the truck goes by the blue scope steel, we get to listen to a very unenthusiastic and average news reporter on the radio.
Who marched in demonstration and appeared on television in shabby...
So nothing's changed in 2018 there either.
Would you say that that's Wave FM or 198? Oh wow, what the fuck? I killed everyone! Oh shit!
R.I.P. cigarette smoko stack. R.I.P. mate. You can cut now. Cut! Cut!
Oh my god.
This shot literally went for 57 seconds.
Yeah, I timed it. I'm not even holding a phone. Just imagine there's a phone in my hand. I timed it.
I mean, that scene literally went for almost... What the fuck am I doing with my life? Fucking timing scenes from movies no one's heard about in 30 years? So it cuts to the same truck from the opening, and I think we're supposed to be stalking this truck. I don't know. And there's a Coke billboard in what looks to be Albion Park, I think. What the fucking crew from Monty Python just decide to slip in and take over this for 20 seconds? I don't even know what the fucking point of that was. Oh fuck yeah, mental as anything. Why didn't I put them on my favourite Aussie band list? Fucking turn it up, brother. It's hard to tell, but these shots are pretty far away from each other. So that must have been a long walk he did. Oh, fuck. Look at that. Now, I don't know if that was intentional. A blue scope steel worker lives on Steel Street in a place known as Steel City. And Mary, whatever her name is, mini company was called fucking Steel City Pictures when they made this movie.
Okay, so this is the shop that was actually in the movie, the steel worker. He walked up that road and then down there that end street, past this shop.
Oxygen steel plant. BHP engineers are reviewing plant emission mechanisms after complaints from Cringilla residents about unusually dense clouds of red dust over the area in the past few weeks. 4 Port Kembla steelworkers were taken to Wollongong Hospital's burns unit yesterday when they were caught in a blast of hot furnace dust. An Australian iron and steel spokesman said the men...
So technically, if I am right, we will be standing right now where they were 30 years ago, making this shot. That is a weird feeling. There you go, that's what we want. Okay, so this car probably thinks we're a pedophile, but...
What's up? Filming your car.
So, it's, the stack was going straight up when... Let me just see the shot here, Danny, what you got there. We should have brought the tripod. So that's the shot that they drove up in the movie, and right to the right there, the stack was going up. Now it's gone.
Now that guy must really like Bruce Lee, or he's a big fan of Hong Kong 97. And I think we just found our radio station, 200. Never heard of it.
Darling, can I tell you something? You got a bloody job to go to.
How's it going, Dick?
Hi.
We have the same calendar!
Now this place was a bit hard. Every clothing factory that I can find in Wollongong doesn't look like this, and or is closed down. So I have no idea where this one is.
What about migrant women? Calm down, ladies. We are not saying anything definite at this point.
We have the same phone. Actually, I wouldn't be surprised if it was the same fucking phone used in the movie. You know, Daniel pointed out, can we get the thing on this, cameraman?
Yeah.
While we're at it, have a look at this. Daniel pointed out, back in the day, I didn't notice this, if you wanted to call 000, you'll be fucking dead before they even come. Like, look at it.
You've already got molested.
Yeah, you've already had your heart attack by now, so yeah, you're dead.
Calm down, ladies. We are not saying anything definite at this point.
Well, I heard on the radio this morning that 100 women were being laid off.
The whole industry is going through a very bad period at the moment.
What's that supposed to mean? Our sales were up last month.
It's not supposed to mean anything. All I'm saying is that we might be forced to temporary retrenchments.
What do you mean by temporary?
I only said might.
Well, I think we'd better talk this over with the other women.
Please don't alarm the other girls.
Well, what are we supposed to tell them?
Look, as soon as I get more information from Sydney, I will let you know.
You get nothing! You lose!
Thank you very much.
Yes, they have the right to know.
Lady Peary.
I must have it.
Burley Company has withdrawn retrenchment notices given to the first 22 women who were to finish at its Denison Street Wollongong factory, a spokesman from head office said today.
Well, in the movie when they're driving past, they got like all these kids out here playing, and the school's right there. And now look at it, and the stack was over there.
Sorry. What?
The school burnt down, I don't know, it was like 4 years ago, I think. I tried to find a paper from it, from the Mercury. They burnt the school down in the stack. I think the stack was over here, wasn't it? Stack? The Port Kembla smokestack went straight up. It was right here. Maybe a bit down further, but it was here somewhere. The numbers, Wollongong Leagues Club, 14th of December, I'm down for that.
Now if that were the leftards, I'll be there waiting already. And it's April now.
Which reminds me, especially your baby brother and his bride, we do expect the best taking. Speaking of that, how does he feel about you suddenly becoming a big nightclub star after giving up your work for so long, Teresa?
Hello?
Oi! What's it like having the same phone as me? It's cool, isn't it?
Yeah, see you later. Ta-da.
Hey, look! They're at Wollongong Lighthouse, and there's no one around. That's another thing that hasn't changed in 2018.
I think that's the shot. And just over there, Port Kembla. That's where we're off to next. Oh yeah! Oh, and just out there is Toothbrush Island. It's a pretty good place out there for diving.
The whole time I've been watching this goddamn movie, I've just been wondering, does she look like somebody out of Friday the 13th or something?
I'm in control. I'm going to give you a minute to call an
That's
ambulance.
the
and
phones!
best is next to kin.
Weren't you just watching the Fonz earlier?
How are you?
Whoa, is that the guy from the castle? Looks like him.
Tell him he's dreaming.
Okay, what's going on? Alright, we're 20 minutes in, halfway through, and I've come to the conclusion this movie has no plot. There's nothing established, there's no character build-up, there's no sense of wonder. The movie just focuses on 3 or 4 characters with nothing to aim for. At least one of them had a goal to get a job, or get employed, but even that plot was abandoned. The first time I watched this, I was genuinely confused as to what's going on.
Take for a space-related ships in Australia is now estimated at $100 million. $100 million?
Now, if you didn't catch that, it was something about Space Invaders breaking records of estimates of up to fucking $100 million. I wonder if the song had anything to do with that.
Which, by the way, also was Australian. Australia has the best content. Like, I'm not even joking. You know, I think we are actually the best at making horror movies. Wouldn't you say, Dean?
Horror movie. Right there.
That's Australian.
Horror movie.
Like, if you think about it, come on. I mean, like, what we got? Wolf Creek, Australian. Rogue, got 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. Babadook. Razorback. That's pretty scary.
Oi! Don't come over our side. This is our side of the skate park. That dick graffiti there is where the line is. You can't come over it.
This is, I believe, the location of the car park scene when they're running around on their skateboards. It is the only car park, public one I can find that is this high, like I've already said. And it's got a good shot, the right shot of Port Kembla from the blue scope.
Oh, it's a panel van! Where have I seen one of those before? I wonder if there's a gramophone in the back of that one. Oh, slow down, man! You're running on empty a bit there. If you know what I'm saying.
Great Northern, then, that's what you drink. Port Kembla is dead. That movie has killed Port Kembla. Gave it a bad reputation.
A man waiting in the sky. He'd like to come and meet us, but he thinks he'll blow. Hey, Debbie!
Hey, that's Bowie, man. Once you start, you can't stop until it's... Yeah, you fucked it. You fucked Bowie.
Let's get out of here.
Now his spaceship doesn't know which way to go. Was that Music Farmers?
They got Music Farmers in the movie!
Yeah, actually.
I don't know.
So the 2 girls go into a shop and they fuck around for a bit. Some lady watches them, I don't know. They find something, I suppose, and they take it to the counter, and I presume they have no money. So they tell the cashier that they don't want it.
We don't want this. No, we don't want them.
Which is bloody retarded, because didn't their mum give them money before they left? Or something, I don't know.
Excuse me, you two. Just come on.
I don't know what the point of reporting them is. They didn't steal anything. Oh, okay, they did. Yeah, sorry, never mind. So, almost over, 34 minutes in, and they're at Port Kembla pub. Why is it Port Kembla? Every fucking location is in Port Kembla. It should be called fucking Greetings from Port Kembla, not Wollongong. The only place I think that was out of Porto was when they were at the Lighthouse in Wollongong. What, does fucking Port Kembla have the most unemployment rate in the region? It's called Greetings from Wollongong. Wollongong generally refers to the Illawarra district that's Helensburgh to Kiama. So move around a bit. So after they go to the pub and get away from that joint, they drive home into the darkness. And I mean complete darkness. Just wiped from existence like this movie was for 40 years. We get our last pan of, I presume, Port Kembla, because they're too lazy to go anywhere else for this movie. And the credits scroll up with some pretty awesome music, if I'm being honest. And waiting till the end. Waiting. Jesus, a lot of people worked on this movie. And boom, there we go. Now we get to go home.
7 out of 10, IGN.
This is our
abuse.
This is our new reviewing chair. You know how I used to sit on the futon? Yeah, well we fucked that off because I wanted a bed in here. So that's my new reviewing chair. This is actually from the 60s or the 50s, I think. I can't remember what year or what decade. I got it from my hall at school in the basement. I found it. It was white when I pulled it out, so I had to fucking refurbish it. Look at it, it's even got a little pencil groove. And there's 50-year-old gum on the bottom. I kept that on for character. So we got Wolf Creek, the Babadook, Razorback. That's fucking scary, man. Razorback is crazy. The Loved Ones, Hanging a Picnic Rock. That's G's. I don't really. Long Weekend, Wake and Fright. That movie's crazy too. Blackwater, The Cars That Ate People. What the fuck? Lake Mongo, Patrick, Killing Ground, Saw. We have Saw. Rogue. It's mad. Wolf Creek 2. Snowtown. Howling 3. We had the Howling 3. Turkey Shoot. I didn't know that was Australian. The Reef. Houseboat Horror. That was cool. Bait 3D. And Berlin Syndrome. So we have a lot of horror movies. And we do them good.
What?
Daniel was just hypnotized by Berserk.
I was.